Hi, Aziz. So you're giving us a cooking class today. What recipe are you going to share with us?
Well, if you've traveled with me before, you know I love food and I love cooking. So if you in my close circle, you probably have tasted some of my food. And what I wanted to do today is something actually simple, but is you will find in every Palestinian, Lebanese, Jordanian, and a few other Middle Eastern countries. Israelis for sure use it as well. And it's called ba'dunsiye. Do you know what ba'dunsiye, Kim?
I don't
It's
know.
it's a spread we use either for breakfast, and we would do that with other stuff like hummus and so on. So we usually our breakfast isn't just one dish; it's like 6, 7 dishes. So you'll have hummus on the side, and you'll have ba'dunsiya, and you might have falafel, and you might have like just labane, 7 different things, and this is one of them. But it's also special as an appetizer or as a side dish for kebab and chicken and meat. Anything that's grilled, you really can use it with. And it has the most important, almost one of the most important things in my personal diet is tahini. Tahini, sesame paste is something I was thinking today. I probably eat one thing a day that has tahini in it every day. That's Americans probably not used to it, Europeans not used to it, but for me, when I got to the States, the first thing I had to find, where do I get good olive oil? Where do I get tahini? Those were the two top things for my stuff. So what we're gonna do is baqdunsiya. Baqdunis means parsley. This is a parsley. And I'm gonna get the camera a little bit different, and we're gonna just try to move to here. You can see what I'm doing. So first we're gonna create the actual tahini. So we're gonna, the tahini sauce, let's say, and we're gonna start with the tahini itself. This is Lebanese tahini. Normally I'll buy Lebanese, Palestinian, Jordanian tahini. Those are the ones I can find in the States. Always shake it before I did earlier. And we're gonna drop here about 2 cups of tahini. I don't use exact measures, but feel free to do that if you want. So about 2 cups of tahini. Then we are adding about 5-6 ounces of water. Well, we're not gonna add all of it. What is it?
The water should be cold, warm.
Doesn't matter. Not warm. Just regular water. I'm not gonna add all of it right away because you wanna keep testing the consistency and keep moving stuff. There we go. And you will just keep. And you see the tahini kind of gets thick. It starts like really thin, and you keep doing that, it'll get thick. You don't want it too thick, but you don't want it also too thin. So we'll add more water again, and if we need more, we will add more. There we go. And then as I'm doing that, yes?
You know, Adam sometimes adds ice.
Ice to tahini?
When he's shaking it together.
Why?
He says it makes like the spread a bit nicer, like smoother.
Interesting. I'm gonna add 1 lemon, and we might need more later. Already juiced the lemon. We'll add 1 full lemon here on this. I can add the ice. Wait a second. One scoop of ice.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah.
Well, if it doesn't come out good, we know who's guilty. Then, so we added that. Then I do this, not everybody in the Middle East does it, yogurt. I'll add 1 spoon of yogurt. It changes the consistency. I like it personally. Again, you don't have to do it, but for me, it's really, really good.
Yeah, I'd advise our listeners to taste in between adding the ingredients so that you know if you like something or you want more of it or less.
That's the good thing about Middle Eastern food. It's really about your feeling with it. So I'm giving you the ingredients, how much I put in it. But if you decide you like more, you like less, that's good. This is garlic. And this is kind of what I like about, again, Middle Eastern food. Regardless what we cook, there's some healthy things we always put in, and garlic is one of those. So this is just 1 spoon, basically, of smashed garlic. And I just mashed it earlier, and it will mix through the whole thing. And it's actually pretty good. I personally might want to add more. We need some salt, so we'll add kind of 1/2 a spoon of salt, a small spoon, not big spoon. Make sure you're not adding ridiculous amount of salt. Although the more salty this is, the better it tastes, in my opinion. Here we go. And now, before I do the last thing, which is adding the parsley, I want to taste it and make sure my mix has been good. It's like perfection. It could take maybe a little bit more lemon, but it is so good. I'm gonna take the parsley, which I cut earlier. You cut the leaves of the parsley. If you don't have much time, use a food processor. Most Middle Easterners would like to do it themselves carefully. And you're gonna dump it all in. And we have just a little bit left here. There's a problem when you wash the parsley before, it gets stuck. Oh. And then you mix it up together. And voila, here we go. This is bagdansiya. There is one thing still missing. You know what it is, Kim?
I don't know.
Well, my mom's olive oil.
Oh, nice.
This olive oil came from our own garden in Jerusalem or outside Jerusalem. And so I'll add a little bit. And normally this is not for the mix. You put this and leave it. So when you eat it, most of the times you add it kind of right when you serve it. Put it on a plate. I'll add just a little bit even to the mix, because it's just, you can't cook anything without olive oil. And
agreed.
It's absolutely ready to be eaten. Let's take a spoon of it. There we go. Oh, feels like home. Perfect.
Thanks, Aziz. Now all you have to do is ship it to Israel for me to get a bite.
Easier. Go visit my mom, and she I'm sure has some of this any moment. Like, it is one of the, like, honestly, I know it's not famous dish, but it's one of the staples of any Palestinian kitchen. You can eat it alone, you can eat it with other dishes. It's just so easy, so quick. So it takes 10 minutes to cook the whole thing, and it's very healthy. I hope you enjoy it. And this is what we're gonna be doing at Mejdi, doing classes like this. Maybe more complicated dishes sometimes, a mix of them. But and not just from the Middle East, but also from elsewhere, and be able to have those conversations as we cooking. Talk about the history of those dishes. Talk about the culture that comes around that food, and one of the things we just mentioned. We don't have only one dish when you cook or eat in Palestinian homes. We have just a spread of so many different things.
And you forgot the best element of our cooking classes. How do I get the special ingredients?
That is true. So one of the challenges of cooking classes often that are done, especially virtually, is you can't get the right tahini, for example. You might, if we're using spices like a lot of Middle Eastern food has, you can't find those spices at Whole Food or at Giant. At least you're not gonna find it easily. So what we're gonna do as part of our cooking class is provide you with those. We'll ship them to you as soon as you sign up for the class. And so you will have not just the right ingredients, you'll have the best ingredient for that class. And we will help you. We will help you find those later if you want to keep cooking that class. We'll tell you how to get it, hopefully, and where to get it from.